Hi everyone! And back in the spring, I got this baby Dendrobates leucomelis dart frog, and I named her Sunshine. She's around 8 months old now, and so far she's been living in this 12-inch Exoterra Nano terrarium, and she's been sharing that space with a colony of land snails. This has been fine for Sunshine to grow out in, but she's grown quite a bit, and I think she's ready for something a little bit bigger. I'm calling her she, but I don't know yet if she's a male or a female. But what I do know is that she's been completely thriving and she's very happy and healthy. I'm starting to run out of room in the reptile room for more vivariums, but that's okay because I'm trying to keep the amount of animals in here to a manageable number. But I am adding one more, and I have a creative way in mind to make room for it in a way that I think will look beautiful in here. My plan is to build a very sturdy floating shelf above the vivarium for my pair of tiger-legged monkey tree frogs. So the first thing I'm doing is installing these heavy-duty brackets. These are supposed to be able to support up to 300 pounds, so I think this should work. Once I had the brackets in place, I attached the shelf and gave it a coat of paint, and it was good to go. Last week I set up a new vivarium for my 3 anoles, so I'm using their old vivarium. I've already put in a false bottom, and I've put in a spray foam background with substrate siliconed into it. And I've attached this piece of wood to the background. I like the way this wood creates kind of an ascending bridge across the vivarium. It'll be covered with moss and create some extra surface area for Sunshine to climb and crawl around on. Plus, there's a sizable cave underneath for Sunshine to take shelter in. And you've probably also noticed I foamed in a gecko feeding ledge. And that's because I'm eventually going to be adding some mourning geckos in here. I've always wanted mourning geckos, so I'm really excited about that. I don't have the mourning geckos yet, so that'll have to be for a future video. I filled the bottom with a thick layer of ABG mix and filled the whole thing with plants. I planted this large alocasia, and I'm expecting mourning geckos to love these big broad leaves and the cover they provide for them. And below that, I put this smaller syngonium with similar shaped leaves, but contrasting colors and patterns. I think these two look really good together. I mounted 3 different bromeliads into the background, and underneath those, I planted a larger terrestrial bromeliad. The bromeliads will give both the frog and geckos an extra source of water as well as places to hang out in. And finally, I gave it all a good blanket of moss. This vivarium needs to hold a high level of humidity, and the moss will help with that. But there's something missing. This is going to be such a great space for Sunshine, and she still has plenty of growing to do, so I'm sure there will be plenty of updates in the future on Sunshine and this vivarium. So stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next video.